Well, the Gators have picked up a little bit of recruiting momentum here at the end of June and the beginning of July. In the last 16 days, the Florida has landed 6 commitments, all 4-star prospects, and guys that were pretty highly coveted, maybe one surprise or two in there in the class, but it looks like the next 3 weeks following are going to be exciting as well as far as Gator recruiting goes. So just to cap off, the momentum started really on June 21st when edge rusher Isaiah Nixon committed to Florida on June 21st and got the ball rolling a little bit. The next thing you know, another defensive lineman, defensive end Gavin Hill out of Buchholz High School in Gainesville was the next to jump in on board and make the commitment. Soon followed a guy I really like and was really excited to see commit to the class and was hoping he was going to be in here. Sharif Denson, a cornerback out of Jacksonville, a guy that really can play some football, and I think it's just a really good dude and is going to be a really big part of this class when all is said and done with his Gator career. And then a highly rated defensive end, TJ Searcy out of Georgia, decided he was going to call the Gators in Florida his home and did so on July 4th, setting off some fireworks. And then, of course, July 7th, Thursday, Marcus Stokes, quarterback out of Nice High School. Probably a surprise pick to some, maybe not in terms of people not knowing who he was, but a guy that wasn't sure that Florida was going to go after at this point. But I'll tell you what, I watched the kid's film. He's great. He slings the ball. He has no wasted motion in his throws. He can get the ball down the field. He's super athletic, can run very well. I think it's a really good pickup at the quarterback position. After finally going and watching his film, I was really pleasantly surprised at how good he was. So out of Nice High School, we all know the last quarterback that came to Florida from Nice High School and Tim Tebow. And, I don't think he throws the ball as similar. I don't think they're two similar styles at all. I think Tebow cocked the ball back a little bit. It was left-handed, of course, and Stokes really just slings the ball with his hand, kind of like a shortstop, I think, in throwing the ball. I really like his throwing motion, and I really like his athleticism. And then Treyaun Webb, the legacy, D. Webb's nephew, a guy that people have anticipated coming to Florida, a guy that people really wanted to be a Gator, finally decided he was going to quit with all the recruiting stuff and call it a day and commit to Florida. That, in essence, with Denson, Stokes, and Webb, 3 guys from Duval County, the Jacksonville area, make that a big haul from that area and a big, really a 16-day haul. Really nice get for the Gators. But looking ahead, the next 3 weeks could be really big as well. July 8th, we'll find out. You probably may happen before you even watch this video. Eugene Wilson, a highly coveted receiver, slot receiver, a guy that's got a lot of wiggle in his game. Looks like he is ready to call it, and I think the Gators are really favored in that one. Again, you should know the answer to that one, probably most of you, before you watch this. Aiden Mizell, he's a guy that tweeted after the commitments on Thursday to pay attention soon. Maybe something's coming down the pike for him. So I think something could happen there. Offensive tackle Lucas Simmons, there's been some talk about him going elsewhere lately. Florida's really wanted him, and I think there's still a shot there. That one's supposed to happen July 11th. He's been tweeting that one out. It's between 4 teams with Florida included there. Malik Bryant on July 23rd, a linebacker, 4-star linebacker, a guy that I think Florida has a really, really good shot at out of Orlando, and you previously the IMG Academy. I think he's a big time one that we can look forward to on July 23rd. And then July 28th, there's a trio of kids from the Orlando area: Derek LeBlanc, John Walker, and Jakeem Jackson, all out of Kissimmee, and all on July 28th. And Florida has a shot to go 3 for 3 there and make the month of July just a really huge month for the Gators in recruiting. We'll see how it goes. I think this is an exciting time. I think things are getting pumped up for Billy Napier and his recruiting staff and everything. I think if you're looking at landing almost, most of the group I just mentioned for the next 3 weeks, that's going to really solidify the Gators into a top 10 class, and then we'll see how they can finish it off. They need to get most of those guys. I think they do land both wide receivers if Mizell's ready to go ahead and commit. I think offensive line is a position where they've really recruited high-level talent, and it's a position that they need to start landing some of the high-level guys. And they've got one or two, but they need more of those, and Lucas Simmons would be one of those. We'll see how that one goes. Malik Bryant's an elite linebacker, top 50 player in the country, and a guy that they were going to do. And then you got LeBlanc and John Walker, both defensive linemen. I think both of those guys have a real shot of being in the class. I also think that Florida has a really, really deep defensive line board, so defensive tackle, interior lineman board. Whether those two end up coming here or one of them does, I think there's other guys down the line that they could look to get. And then Jakeem Jackson is a guy that really showed up at Florida last couple of weeks at camp or whatever, and really seemed to like what was going on. And then as soon as he left, he pushed his commitment date to that July 28th with his teammates. So I think Florida's really in line for a big July. We'll see how it goes, but I think Gator fans should start getting excited.